This game recap is brought to you by Manscaped's Foot Duster Foot Deodorant. Say goodbye to stinky foot funk with this essential deodorant spray. Head over to manscaped.com and use the promo code SACCITY for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. The Foot Duster Foot Deodorant by Manscaped. The best protection any place below the waist.
The next game on our list, it's the Los Angeles Rams defeating the Arizona Cardinals 20-12. Where do I go with this game? Because this seemed like both teams did not jump off the page to me again. I'm waiting for these two teams to jump off the page to me like that they're supposed to. Am I wrong for thinking this?
No, I agree with you. I think this has been lackluster performances now for the most part from both of these teams all year long. The Rams have not looked good. I know they get the wins, but there's something that's not right about them. I do want to point out, guys, Cooper Kupp is human. I know he had the 20-yard touchdown run on that end around, which was terrible defense, but 4 for 44. So, guys, he is capable of having a bad day, just like every other player in the NFL when it comes from a receiving standpoint. But yeah, neither offense looked good, and I was impressed with Arizona's defense for the most part, to be honest, in this one. And that's a couple of weeks now in a row where they've turned on the defense a little bit better, especially since the second half of that Raider game. But this game was ugly. No running game. The offensive lines were bad. Arizona's just broken. The only player on Arizona that stood out to me was Hollywood Brown. Had a really good game. He played well, and I know it didn't result in much, but they kept giving him space. And I don't know what the Rams were doing there, but they kept giving him space, and they were scared of his speed, and he took advantage of it. So I was really excited for Hollywood Brown, but for the most part, this is just two ugly teams playing ugly. There was nothing that was impressive to me here. Neither team can run the football. Neither team can block, and that's going to be a problem as we get later in the season if they don't get it fixed.
Yeah. And in this game, a game full of really not much going on. We did get to see Cooper Kupp get his first career rushing touchdown. And we also got to see Aaron Donald reach 100 career sacks in his 130th career game. He's the second defensive tackle to ever reach 100-plus career sacks in NFL history and the fastest defensive tackle to ever accomplish that feat. So shout out Aaron Donald for being arguably the best defensive player, not just in the game, but of all time. In this game itself, though, so our concerns are still there with the Cardinals and the Rams, right? There's nothing, the needle did not move in one way or another for either of these teams, right?
I'm less excited about the Rams over the last 2 weeks than I was. I thought they would be okay. They're going to be okay. They're going to win enough games because they're a good team, but I'm concerned about them long term.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm concerned with both these teams. I think that the concerns are there. The concerns are rising. It's tough. Kyler Murray continues to struggle against against the Los Angeles Rams, being one of the worst teams that he faces, his production being one of the worst in his career. I did give the player of the game to Cam Akers in this game. Obviously, the Rams did pull off the win, and he was productive in this game. 12 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. He was productive towards the end. He really didn't start the game that well, and he didn't look phenomenal. I had to pick somebody, basically, and Cam Akers is the guy, okay?
I don't get why sometimes you pick player of the games, and you gave Chris Olave the player of the game, and he lost. And then you didn't give it to Hollywood Brown, who had 10 for 140.
I gave this one.
Get that.
Really, I gave this one to Cam Akers because he's starting to do what we want him to do. He's starting to produce. That's what.
Yeah, but that wasn't from. That's not where you're mixing fantasy football.
I was grasping for straws, okay, in this game to find.
I'm just saying, be consistent. You know how I am about consistency. If there's nobody to pick, then you should have picked Hollywood Brown.
I was consistent. I picked who I wanted to pick. That's how consistent I was here.
I don't know who gave you the control of this player of the game, but it's terrible.
now that you don't do play of the game, you could take that if you want. I'm totally fine with you taking player of the game from me. That's perfectly fine.
I just like to argue with you after you make it because
exactly, it brings more fun. Okay, so the Rams defeat the Arizona Cardinals here.